So hello and welcome to another HTML5 animated banner tutorial. And before we will start, as always, I will show you what we are going to be doing today. But this can be a little bit disturbing for some people. So right now I am on the site FreePig, and as always I am going to provide you a link in the description, and I am also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to create right now. So right now I will click download, and I will go with the free download, but keep in mind that you will have to attribute the author if you want to use this commercially, or you can go premium. So I will go to the place where I have saved this, and I am going to have it in here with the zip file like so, and I am going to right click and choose extract here, and I am going to double click on this EPUB file, and it is going to open me this in Adobe Illustrator. Right now I am going to create new document, so I will go with file, new, and I will go with 300 by 600, which is the standard Google Ads banner size, and I want to have everything as it is, so I'm just going to hit create. I will go back to the original file, and right now what I am going to do is I am going to click like so, and I am going to drag all of this to the new document like this, and I am going to scale this a little bit. So I will zoom out with Alt and mouse wheel, and with Shift and Alt I am going to scale this. Shift to stay proportional, and Alt to go from the center of the tooth, like so. And now what I want to do is I am going to click, and I can see that everything is grouped together. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and right now if I click, this is going to be still grouped together. So far we have ungrouped only the shadow. So one more time I'm going to click, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and right now I'm going to have the tooth separated, the eyes are going to be separated, and so on. Now what I want to do is I actually want to group some things together. And first of all is these eyebrows. I want to click on this one with Shift on this one, and I'm going to hit Ctrl G. And the same thing with the eyes, so I'm going to click on this eye with the Shift on this one, and I'm going to hit Ctrl G like so. And let me see, this hand, I'm going to, it is right now two parts of the hand, but I would like to group it together, so I will click on this one with Shift on this and Ctrl G, and the same thing with this hand, so click and with Shift like so and Ctrl G. And later on we are going to position this correctly. For now I'm not going to be bothered about it. And now I'm going to click on this drill, but I can see that it is like ungrouped to many parts. So what I'm going to do is I will try to select it like so, and I will try to move it to make sure that I have selected everything I have. So I'm going to hit Ctrl G, or right click and group, like so. Now if I want, I can open this layer 1, and I can click on this hand, and I can see with this very little blue rectangle that it is this layer, and I can click on the tooth, and I can see that it is this layer. So basically I'm going to position it in here, and I can see that here I have one of the hand, and here I have the second of the hand, like so. Now what I'm going to do is I have in here lots of empty layers. So all of these that we have in here, I will be able to delete. So I'm going to delete it like so. And we have them empty because when we were grouping maybe one eyebrow with the second one, the layer which contained one of them right now is empty. I hope that it makes sense, but now what I want to do is I will go back to the original file, and I am going to get some stuff. So first of all, I would like to get some other hands, because we are going to animate but at the beginning we are going to have normal hands like so, and later on when the drill will start to drill, I am going to change it for this one. So I will click in here like so, and I am going to hit Ctrl Shift G to ungroup this, and right now I will have to ungroup this one more time, Ctrl Shift G, until I will be able to get to the hands. So I'm going to first of all group these together, so like this, and Ctrl G, and the same thing with this one. I will click, and I will click with Shift and Control G. And now I can click on this one with Shift on this one, but we are not going to be grouping them, but together we are going to put them in here like so. And right now, while they are both selected, I can scale this little bit like so. And yeah, and maybe right now I can scale this little bit up, something like this. And now I am going to position it where I want, so I can position this one in here, and this one I can position maybe like so. And the same thing, what I can do right now is select them, both of the hands in here, and I am going to drag them below the tooth, like so. And what more we want? We want to have a few more things. We want to have this mouth, so I'm going to get it in here, like so. And I'm going to scale this little bit with the Shift to stay proportional, like this. And the last thing that I'm going to get are these eyes, this one. So I will zoom in here, and I will have to ungroup this, so Control Shift G. I will click one more time, Control Shift G, until I will get to them. Or what you can do is you can go ahead and double click and double click until you will get to the thing you want. But right now I'm going to have these ungrouped like so. I'm going to select both of them. I'm going to group them together, Control G. And now I'm going to drag them to the new document in here. And approximately I'm going to scale them and position them where the other eyes are. So like so, maybe a little bit smaller. So something like this. And I think that this is fine. And I told you that it is going to be the last thing, but there is one more thing that I want to do. I'm going to create. I have everything in the layer 1, and I'm going to create one more layer, which I'm going to have as a background. So I'm going to go to this plus create new layer, and on this new layer I will go to the shape tool, rectangle tool, and I'm going to choose some kind of color. I can go maybe with something like this. It doesn't matter. But right now I will go to the corner, and I'm going to draw a shape like so. And it is going to be below our tooth, so we are not going to be able to see anything. So I'm going to position this layer 2 below layer 1, and I am going to lock it. And the reason why I did something like this is that I would like to, and I accidentally deleted it before, I would like to get this in here. Okay, so right now I'm going to double click. And I am going to double click one more time until I will get to this one, and I only need one of them. So I'm going to get this, and I'm going to drag it in here like so. And okay, and I'm going to have some kind of wording, so I'm going to click no, because I was trying to drag this to the lock layer. So I will go to the layer 1 in here, and right now I'm going to drag it in here like so. And maybe right now I can go ahead and scale this little bit like so. And maybe this drill, while I'm in the Illustrator, I am going to scale a little bit. So it is going to be, I don't want to have it like so. I want to have it like this. Okay, so I think that we have everything. So I'm going to open this layer 1, and we are going to have a bunch of things in here. And for now I'm not going to check whether maybe some of them are empty. I'm not sure. I will see in the Adobe Animate. But for now what I'm going to do is I will click on this layer 1. I will click on these 3 lines, and I'm going to choose release 2 layers. And right now I'm going to be able to drag them outside of the layer 1. So I can drag them like so. And right now I have positioned everything below the layer 2, so I'm going to position layer 2, which is background, below. Right now my layer 1 is going to be empty because we have positioned everything away, so I can delete it. And right now I'm going to save this file, and I'm going to provide you this file in the description. And yeah, and right now this is going to be looking horrible, but we are going to adjust this in Adobe Animate. So I will save this, and I will see you in Adobe Animate in a few moments. So right now I'm in the Adobe Animate and I will go with the 300 by 600 and I want this to be HTML5 Canvas and I'm going to hit create, and right now I will go to the place where I have saved my Illustrator file and it is going to be in here, and I'm going to basically drag it in here like so, and we are going to have some kind of options, but I don't want to change anything, so I want this to be as it is and I'm going to click import. Now what I want to do is I will click on this drill and I'm going to rename it that it is going to be drill. So I'm going to type it like so, and I'm going to lock this layer. So I'm going to click this lock, and this background layer, I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call this to be BG as a background, and I'm also going to lock it like so. And now what I want to do is I would like to select everything else except of this drill and this background. So I'm going to be able to select it like so, and because the drill and background is locked, I didn't select it, and I'm going to convert all of this to the symbol. So I will go to the modify, I will go to the convert to symbol, and I'm going to call this to be tooth like so, and I'm going to click OK. And right now we are going to have everything in the one layer, and all of these other layers are going to be empty. And you can see that they are empty because they don't have this keyframe, they don't have this black dot. So I'm going to be able to delete them like so. I'm going to select them and with shift and delete them, and also this one. And right now we are going to stay with only 3 layers, background, drill, and tooth. And I'm going to rename this to be tooth like so. And now what I want to do is I will double click on this tooth. So right now I am in the scene 1 in the tooth. I am in the different timeline. In Adobe Animate you have timelines in the timeline. And what I'm going to do is either I'm going to click on this layer 1, it is going to select me everything, or I can select it like so. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose distribute to layers or Ctrl Shift D, and it is going to put you everything like so. And right now what I need to do is I need to rename all of my layers. So probably I'm going to skip this part, and probably I'm also going to provide you this Adobe Animate file with the initial renamed layers, and then we will continue. Alright, so right now I have renamed all of my layers and I'm going to provide you this, but you can change your names, but I just created some few names. One thing that I had to do was that I had the tooth, this part of the tooth, this white part, this part and this shadow, it was separated. So basically I have do something like this in the tooth timeline that I click in here. With shift I click it like so and like so, and with F8 or modify convert to symbol I have converted it to the movie clip. So in the library right now I have tooth, which is like everything, and tooth 2, which is like these together. But yeah, I'm going to provide you this in the description anyway. But yeah. Now what I want to do is I'm going to extend the timeline for everything that we have in here. So I will go maybe to frame 300 like so, and I'm going to click in here. With shift I'm going to select it like so, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose insert frame, or you can go with the shortcut F5. So we are going to have something like this. And now what I'm going to do is some of the layers that I know that I don't want to have from the beginning, I'm going to position the keyframes to some frame. So I am going to click on this eyes X, and this keyframe I'm going to position it maybe to frame 140. So basically at the beginning we are not going to have it, we are going to have only the normal eyes, and maybe I can position my normal eyes in here next to this IX, and basically this is going to appear later on. And the same thing I'm going to do with this hand drill. This is like hand 1 drill and hand drill 2. And I'm going to position the keyframe of both of them. I'm going to select them like so with the shift, and I'm going to position them also on the frame 140. And make sure that you are going to stay on the same layer, so you don't go up or down. So something like this, and I'm going to position it in here. And right now, if I want, I can go ahead and position it one frame back, like so. And this layer 8 is going to be tooth. I have to rename also this one, like so. And right now, the first thing that maybe we can animate is these eyebrows. So I'm going to click on this, but I will have to convert it to the symbol. Because so far we have only two symbols. We have one symbol which is like a whole tooth, and we have one symbol which is like tooth in here together. But I will have to convert everything that I want to animate to the symbol. So I will click on these eyebrows, I will click F8, and I can call this to be eyebrows. And if I'm going to have something misspelled, I'm sorry, it's like, yeah. And I'm going to hit OK. And now I will go maybe to frame 10, I don't know. In here, and I'm going to click F6 or right click and insert keyframe, and I'm going to position these eyebrows with my shift a little bit up, like so. And right now I'm going to duplicate the initial keyframe, so with Alt I'm going to duplicate it like so. And right now I'm going to select it, and I'm going to right click and create classic twin. So we are going to have a very simple movement like so. And I'm going to create some kind of easing, so I will click on this first keyframe, with shift on this second keyframe. I will go to the classic ease, and I'm going to choose easy in out, this first option. Right now I'm not going to explain what this easing means, but we are going to have a movement like so. And right now what I can do is I can go ahead and duplicate this animation. So I'm going to with the shift select everything, and with alt I am going to duplicate it like so. So right now we are going to have this animation like once and twice, and then I'm going to duplicate it one more time, and I'm going to position it maybe like so. So we are going to have it like once and twice, then nothing, then once and twice, and then one more time nothing, and then I'm going to duplicate it one more time. So we are going to basically have something like this. Now I'm going to animate this hand, so I'm going to click on it, and I will have to convert it to the symbol, so F8, and I can go ahead and call this to be hand 1, and I will click OK. And right now I will have to go to the free transform tool, or the shortcut is Q, and I am going to position the anchor point, which right now is in the middle, and it is going to be rotating around the anchor point. I'm going to position it in here like so, and I'm going to create this very simple waving. So I will go to the hand 1 layer, and maybe I will go to the frame 10 or something like that, F6, and I'm going to rotate the hand like so. And maybe on the first keyframe I'm going to position it a little bit like so. And right now I'm going to duplicate the initial keyframe, so with alt I'm going to duplicate it like so, and I'm going to one more time create classic twin. So we are going to have something like this. And for this one, I'm not going to do easings. I don't know, it seems to me better without the easings. So we are going to have something like this. We are going to have this waving like so. And we can do the same thing as with the eyebrows. So right now I'm going to duplicate it with alt like so, and position it like this, and duplicate it one more time and position it like this. But you can go ahead and play with this as you want. So basically we are going to have something like this. And now what I'm going to do is in here I have decided to put my eyes X and my hand drills and so on to the frame 140. So I will go to the scene 1, and in the scene 1 I'm also going to extend the timeline, and I'm going to extend the timeline to 300. So I want both of the timelines to be the same length. So I'm going to analog it, and I will go to the frame 300, and I'm going to select it like so, and with F5 I'm going to extend it. And now what I am going to do is I will zoom out a little bit. And by the way, if you don't see the things which are outside of the stage, there is this clip content outside of the stage, and maybe that's something that you have checked. But what I want to do is I want to click on this drill, and I will convert it to the symbol, so F8, and this is going to be drill like so, and I will click OK. And now I will go to maybe frame 100, or I will do it like this. I will get this first keyframe, and I'm going to position it to maybe frame 60, I don't know, and then I will go to the frame 100 and I'm going to create new keyframe, so F6. So we are going to have the same keyframe in here and in here, and I will go to the first keyframe, and with the shift and arrows I'm going to position this up like so, and I'm going to create classic twin. So I'm going to right click, create classic twin, yeah, I will go back a couple of times because accidentally I have created the keyframe on the wrong layer, on the tooth layer, but I wanted to create the keyframe on the drill layer. So F6 on the drill layer, and right now in here with shift I'm going to position it up like so, and I'm going to create a classic twin like so. So right now we are going to have this kind of animation, but this animation is going to be linear. So what I'm going to do is I will click on this first keyframe, I will go to the classic ease, and I'm going to choose some kind of easing, and I will go with this easy out, and basically this means that the animation will start quickly and then it will slow down. So I will double click on this option, and basically this drill is going to come, and then in here it is going to go very slowly until it will touch the tooth like so. And now I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter to see this in the browser. So Ctrl Enter, and we will see what we are going to have so far. Okay, so we have something like this, and yeah. So now I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and we have few things. So first of all, I will go to the first frame, and on the first keyframe I'm going to double click to the tooth to get inside, and I have this I have positioned this Ice X and these hand drills to the frame 140, but I want to do the same thing with this mouth drill. So I'm going to get this, and I'm going to position this in here like so, and right now I'm going to stay with this 140, but you can have whatever. And now what I am going to do is this normal eyes, I am going to have them from the frame 1 up till the frame 140, and in here I am going to click, and with the shift I am going to select the rest of the frame. It is right now very long, I don't know why, but I want to select it like so. But I will have to do it one more time because I want to select only one layer. So one more time, this eyes, I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to move like so, and I'm going to select it like so. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to stay on the same layer, but I have selected this like so, the eyes layer, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose remove frames, so shift F5. So basically right now what is going to happen is that until the frame 140 we are going to have the normal eyes, and then the normal eyes are going to disappear, and this is going to appear. Now we are going to do the same thing with the hand 1 and hand 2. Hand 1 we have animated, hand 2 we didn't animate it, but it doesn't matter. Both of them I want to select like so. So I will click in here, and with the shift I will click in here. So right now I have selected hand 1 and hand 2 from frame 140, and with shortcut shift F5 right now I'm going to get rid of it like so. So basically we are going to change it like so, and the same thing right now with the mouth. So the mouth drill start from 140, and normal mouth I want to disappear, so I'm going to click with shift, I'm going to do something like this, and shift F5. And one thing with this Ice X, I don't like that it is extended right now like so. So I'm going to select it and right click and choose remove frames. So right now we are going to have something like this. I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see what we are going to have. Okay, so we have something like this, and yeah. Now few things I will go back to the scene 1, and first of all I don't like the color of this shadow. So what I can do is I'm actually going to get rid of this background. So I'm going to delete it like so, because I do not need it, and I am going to set the background color with this stage. So I will click anywhere, I will go to the properties, and then I will go to this stage, and I'm going to click on this shadow like so, and then I'm going to go to this color wheel, and I'm going to choose maybe some color like so. So we can have something like this, or what you can do is do it like so, and make your color like so. You can play as you want. But I will go ahead, and right now I will have to do it maybe like so. Now what I want to do is I want to animate the vibration of the tooth as soon as this drill is going to touch it. So for example, on this 140, even though it is going to touch it a little bit earlier, but we have this animation from the 140, so I will go from here, and on the tooth I'm going to create new keyframe, so F6. And I am going to click F6 one more time, and it should create you the second keyframe next to this keyframe. And with my arrows, I'm going to position it a little bit like so. And I'm going to click F6 one more time, and I'm going to position it a little bit like so. And F6 one more time, and like so. And right now I will have to play with this little bit, and I will have to create, I don't know, maybe 10, 20, depends on you, keyframes this way. And once I'm going to create some of them, I'm going to duplicate them. So every time I click F6, and after F6 I move this little bit, F6 I move this little bit, F6 I move this little bit, and I think that this is enough. So we are going to have an animation like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these keyframes, and with Alt I'm going to duplicate them like so. And right now I'm going to do the same thing, so I'm going to get it, and I'm going to duplicate everything like so. I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see how this is going to be looking so far. So Ctrl Enter, we are going to have something like this, and then the drill is going to come, and we are going to have something like this. And I think that this looks fine, but I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and I am going to duplicate this vibration a few more times. So I'm going to get it like so, and I'm going to duplicate it like this. And for example, I right now need to decide how many frames I want to have this kind of vibration. So I can go from frame 140 to frame 240. So in here on the 240, I'm going to click like so on these keyframes. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose clear keyframe or Shift F6. But later on you can make this as long as you want. This depends on you. Now what I want to do is I would like to do the same thing for the drill, because right now if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, we are going to have the tooth which is going to be vibrating, but we are not going to have this drill to be vibrating, and I think it would be better. So the same thing as we did before, I will go in here, I will click F6, and I'm going to position this little bit like so, F6, and yeah, I'm going to play like so. But make sure that you are not going to get the drill outside like so. So make sure that this part is outside of the stage. But I'm going to play a little bit like so, and yeah. I don't know what more to say right now, but something like this, something like this, something like this, and so on. And now what I can do is once I have some of them, I can go ahead and duplicate them. If you want, you can create only 4 keyframes and duplicate them, but it's like if you are going to create at least 10 keyframes, you are going to have more variation. So I'm going to duplicate this with the Alt like so. And like this, and right now I'm going to get only few of them, and I'm going to duplicate it like so. So yeah, Ctrl Enter to see it one more time, and we will see how this is going to be looking. So we are going to have something like this, and then we are going to have something like this. I think that this looks fine. but I will go back to the animate, and we are going to continue. First of all, sometimes it is going to happen then when you duplicate something or whatever, that your timeline or on some frame is going on some layer is going to extend. So I'm going to get rid of this. So Shift F5 or right click and remove frames, and I will go back to the tooth, and I will go to the first keyframe. You do not need to always go to the first keyframe on the tooth, but sometimes if you are maybe in here and you are going to double click to go inside, it can a little bit screw your animation. It is going to create a keyframe in here. So I prefer always when I want to go inside of the some movie clip to go to the first keyframe and double click and then do some stuff. So now, if I want, what I can do, but right now I'm just playing, you do not need to do something like this, is I'm going to do the same kind of animation, the vibration with these hands. So I will go on this hand drill 1, and I'm going to create new keyframe F6, and right now I'm going to position it only up and down, so little bit up, F6, little bit down, F6, little bit up, F6, little bit down, and so on and so on. And right now I have only a few of them, and I'm going to duplicate this like so, and I will have to duplicate this one more time, and then we will have to duplicate it one more time. And as we have in the main timeline, this from 140 to 240, I would like to create the same thing in here. So I'm going to select it like so, and until we will get to the frame 240, so it is going to be in here. So I'm going to duplicate it one more time, little bit, maybe like so. Let me see if I am right now. I'm on the 241, so I'm going to get rid of this Shift F6, or you can right click and choose clear keyframe. And right now I will have to do the same thing for the second hand. So very quickly, F6, little bit up, F6, little bit down, F6, little bit up, F6, little bit down, F6, little bit up, F6, little bit down, and I'm going to duplicate this a few more times, like so. And yeah, you get the point. But yeah, I'm not going to skip this part, so I'm going to very quickly try to duplicate it like so, and I will have to duplicate this one more time like so, and the first last few I'm going to position like this. I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and right now we are going to see what we will have. So it is going to go like this, and then we are going to have it like so. Okay, I think that this looks fine, but now I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and I'm going to animate this part. So I just called it Wi-Fi, but you can call it whatever. And I'm going to convert it to the symbol, so F8, and I'm going to call this Wi-Fi, but yeah, I don't know how to call this. And I'm going to position it on the place where I on the 140 in here approximately, and I am going to create an animation. I will go to maybe 150. I will create new keyframe F6, and I am going to position this like so, but right now I will go with arrow. So one shift and arrow up, arrow right, arrow up, arrow right, arrow up, arrow right. So I just wanted to make it this exactly to go this this angle, and I'm going to create a classic twin. So I'm going to have this animation like so, and I'm going to adjust the easing. So I'm going to click on the pressed keyframe, and I will go to the classic ease, and I will go with this easy out. So basically it will start quickly, and then it will slow down. So I'm going to double click, so it's like so, and in here maybe I'm going to create the new keyframe F6, and I will go to the last keyframe, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to choose that the alpha is going to be 0. So basically this is going to be animating like so, and until this keyframe it is going to have full opacity, but then it is going to fade away. So we are going to have it like so, and I'm going to duplicate this layer. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose duplicate layers, and right now on this Wi-Fi copy I'm going to with shift select it like so, and position it maybe a little bit like so. So we are going to have it like so, and I'm going to duplicate right now both of them. So right click and duplicate layers, and I'm going to select this, and I'm going to position this like so. And yeah, right now I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see how this is going to be looking. So Ctrl Enter, and we will see. So we have it like so, waving, then the drill is going to come, and then we are going to have something like this. Let me see it one more time, because I didn't like it as much, this animation. So I will try to adjust it a little bit. So I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to extend it, because it seems to me that it was like too quick, and I would like to make it a little bit slower. So one more time, Ctrl Enter, and I will see. But right now I'm just playing. So yeah, with the animation, it depends on the people what you like. Okay, fine. And right now what I would like to do is I would like to duplicate this, and I would like to position it in here. And this is going to be a little bit tricky, but we can do this. So I'm going to select all 4 of them. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose duplicate the layers. And now I'm going to deselect it. So right now I don't want to have anything selected, and I will go to this edit multiple frames, and this is going to give me an option to choose range, and I'm going to create a range which is bigger than this keyframe and this keyframe, so I can have a range from here, from here, from here, but I cannot have it like so. This keyframe needs to be in the range, basically, so something like this. And now I'm going to click on this duplicated Wi-Fi, and I'm going to select all of them like so. And I'm going to I will show you one more time. So nothing is selected. I will click this edit multiple frames. This is going to give me range, or you can adjust the range. Then I am going to select this duplicated Wi-Fi's, as I call them, and now I'm going to, with shift and arrows, move them like so in here, and I'm going to rotate it like so, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to try to position this and rotate this as I want. So I will maybe rotate it a little bit like so. I will position it like so, and right now I'm going to say that I'm satisfied with this, so I'm going to unclick this edit multiple frames, and right now we have duplicated this and positioned it in here, so we are going to have something like this. And now if you want, what you can do is duplicate all 8 layers. So right click and duplicate layers, and right now I can position this. I can deselect it, I can select this keyframe until this keyframe, like so, and right now I can position this little bit later, like so. Or what you could do, but I'm not going to be explaining this in this tutorial, you could go ahead and be in the other timeline and have this animation of this Wi-Fi, of this signal in there, because right now we are going to have like too much layers in here. But yeah, I wanted to create this all in this one timeline, and right now I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and we will see what we are going to have. So we have something like this, then the drill is going to come, it is going to drill, and we are going to have something like this, and yeah, and then this is going to be looping forever. Now I will go back to the animate, and now if this is going to be looping forever, what you need to do is you need to make sure that your inner timeline ends the same way as your main timeline, because both timelines are going to be looping by default forever. But if one of them is going to be 300 frames and another is going to be 350 frames, the first loop is going to be fine, but the second loop is going to be a little bit offset by that 50 frames and so on. I am not really sure if you understand me, but what I want to do is I want this in here to end on the frame 300, and the same thing I want to make on the inner timeline in the tooth. So I'm going to double click, and everything which right now is is in here, more than 300. I want to select it, right click and choose remove frames, and I will make sure that I have everything like that, but I think that yeah. So something like this, and right now I am going to show you how you can stop this animation. So I will go back to the scene 1, and I am going to create a new layer, and on this new layer I am going to rename this layer to be code, and I am going to right click, choose actions, and very simply I am going to type this dot stop, and I am going to use parentheses and semicolon, like so, and I'm going to copy this, Control C, and this code is going to appear at the beginning, but this little a, it stands for actions from ActionScript, but right now it's JavaScript, but I'm going to position it in here, like so, and the same thing on the main timeline, on the inner timeline. So I will go to the tooth on the first frame, I'm going to double click, I'm going to create, I will click on the top layer, create new layer, so it is going to create me new layer on the top, and right now I'm going to if I'm going to just right click, choose actions, and paste the code like so, it is going to make me this code at the beginning. So right now I can go ahead and position this in here like so. Or what you can do, and I'm going to delete this layer, and I'm going to do this one more time. What you can do is right click and choose insert blank keyframe, or you can just click F6, and right now if I'm going to choose actions and I'm going to paste it in here like so, I'm going to have the A automatically in here, but it's like you can make it at the beginning and then drag it to the end, it depends on you, but right now if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, this animation is going to play, and after one loop it is going to stop. So it is going to be playing like so, and then it is going to stop, and nothing more is going to happen. What we could do, but I am not going to do this in this tutorial because it would be too long, we could have some other animation which would continue, and then we could have like one more time normal eyes and maybe the set face or something like that, but I'm not going to be doing something like that in this tutorial. And one thing that I want to show you is this loop animation. I'm going to provide you a link in the description, but basically there is this code. There are two codes, one of them is this one and one of them is this one. They are almost the same, but here is like the equal sign, here is like the bigger or smaller. I want to go with this one, and this allows you to loop your timeline few times and then stop. So I will go to this code, actions, and I'm going to paste this, Ctrl V, and this number determines how many times this is going to be looping. So if I'm going to choose number 2, this means it is going to be looping 2 times, and then it is going to stop. So right now I am in the 2th timeline, so I will go back to the scene 1, and I will have to position or put the same code in here, so actions or F9, and I'm going to put it in here like so, and I'm going to change this to number 2. And yeah, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and you will see that we are going to have these once, and then we are going to have this second time, and then it is going to stop. One thing is that in this tutorial, I don't want to make this too long. I'm not going to show you how you can export this or how you can adjust it to Google Ads, but in the link in the description, I'm going to provide the link to the very similar tutorial. It was with the same vector from the FreePig, with the same tooth, but it was a little bit different. But in that video, I explained how you can export it and adjust it to the Google Ads. And I don't want to repeat myself in every tutorial about this exporting, so I'm going to leave you something like that in the description. So yeah, this is it. Right now, if you want, you can go ahead and change with the color. Maybe I can go ahead and change the background color to maybe something like this, but later on I would have to maybe adjust this shadow. So I can go ahead to the shadow and I can change it like so, and now maybe I'm going to choose something like this, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and right now this is going to be looking much better. Much better. This depends on you, but I would maybe like it more like this. But yeah, this is it. This is all. If you have watched until the end, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it if I knew that someone was watching until the end. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give a like, and it motivates me to see that at least some people have watched it and liked it. And yeah, thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have learned something, and hopefully I'm going to continue with this HTML5 banners tutorial, and maybe I'm going to create some interactive with JavaScript. I will see. But thank you. Goodbye.